This is how a supply chain lifecycle looks like from the developer's perspective. The day-to-day activity of a developer would be to write the source code, then build the source code, and during this process, you'll have a lot of dependencies being pulled in. So post this, when the application is functioning and is pretty much ready to be deployed, it will be deployed as a package, which an end consumer would make use of. But if you have to look at the threat vectors, if you have to look at supply chain threat vectors, we see that these threat vectors exist at every stage of this life cycle. So right from the developer who's writing the source code, you will have threat vectors such as dependency confusions, you'll have malicious git hooks, you'll have Terraform modules which are malicious in nature. So the threat starts right from inception of an application. And it also moves on to the build category, the build aspect of it. So you might also have a poison pipeline. You have build system compromise, wherein the build systems, such as maybe Jenkins, that you're using is compromised. And once it is compromised, it leads to a lot more other things. And during the build process, you also have a lot of dependencies being put in. Again, dependencies can be external frameworks that your application relies on. Because again, no one's going to reinvent the wheel. You'll always build on top of what is already there. And you might assume that you are safe when you have a package ready in your registry, but there are also various threat vectors or threat attacks that can happen there, such as package integrity attacks, malicious base images that are vulnerable right from the get-go, and registry is lacking integrity checks on the same.
So what I'd imagine is that like when you have these supply chain issues at one stage of the life cycle, they lead to ripple effects across the entire SDLC, right?
Exactly, Anish. It pretty much is similar to a domino. If you just have the first piece in motion and the rest pretty much follow. So it's like that. So it's like imagine a chain with a lot of components, and if one of those components get corrupted, so it's all attached, it's all connected together. So it's all about escalation from